Greetings. Welcome to the subject Machine Learning and Applications by Dr. Mahendra V. Gauri, Associate Professor, IT Department, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. Topic Types of Learning. Before starting this learning types of machine learning, let me revise what we have done in a previous lecture. In previous lecture, we had seen the machine learning definitions proposed by the various companies, various researchers, scientists, the types of the data, that means training data, testing data, positive class, negative class, cross validation, importance of the cross validations, various methods, and so many things. In this lecture, we are going to see various types of machine learning algorithms or systems. So initially there are four types of machine learning, namely supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. We will elaborate one by one. There are four types of machine learning types. First of all, supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, and reinforcement learning. Out of that, the first and foremost very important is supervised learning. Let me elaborate what is the meaning of supervised learning. It is a process happened in the presence of a supervisor. As name suggests itself the meaning of this type of learning. In a simple words, we can say that we are given the instruction to a kids to do a certain task. In this supervised learning, some data is already tagged with correct answer. After that, the model is trained in a such a way that when user provides a new set of data, that time respective model identifies respective input as per its features. Example, suppose a basket is full of fruits. A new task is to train the machine to identify the fruit. Which are the rules? If shape of an object is rounded and color is red, then it will be labeled as apple. If shape of object is a long curving cylinder having color green or yellow, it will be labeled as banana. As model is already learn the things from a previous data, now machine will classify the fruits with its shape and color and insert it into the proper category. Supervised learning depends upon following algorithms: classification and regression. Classification, to classify an input into the correct classes on the basis of their feature. Regression, we have to produce here some values on the basis of the some real-time data. Let me elaborate here the diagram which is given onto the one of the very leading website. So label data is given here, labels are also provided. We have to train the model accordingly. We are passing the test data to the model, and on the basis of that the respective model putting the label data, that means the input, to the appropriate classes, with whether it is a square or triangle and so many things. After getting the knowledge about the supervised learning, let me move to the next stage, that is a supervised learning stages. First stage is identify the training data set. This is very important stage to design the supervised learning algorithm. We have to collect the appropriate data set for designing the model. For example, if we have to design the supervised learning system for a medical data set or medical system, that time we require the medical data set as an input. Second stage, assign the labels to the training data. Split the training dataset into training dataset, test dataset, and validation dataset. Identify the input features of the training dataset, which should have enough knowledge so that the model can accurately predict the output. We little bit elaborate this stage in a same fashion that, suppose one input, just like an example of car having number of features, such as color, model number, purchase year, tire size, fuel capacity, sitting capacity, mileage, price, the power of the engine, cc, so many things. So out of this number of the features, which features are important to design the supervised learning, that we are keep to identifying the features. Others we are removed. Identify the machine learning algorithm for the model, such as support vector machine, decision tree. In upcoming lectures, we will see support vector machine and decision tree in detail. Execute the algorithm on a training data set. Evaluate the accuracy of the model by providing the data set. If the model predicts the correct output, which means our model is accurate. Which are the advantages of the supervised learning? In this supervised learning, the model can predict the output on the basis of prior experience. In this supervised learning, the output classes are defined. Disadvantages: this type of learning have many limitations while solving the complex tasks. Training required lot of computation time. In supervised learning, needs enough knowledge to generate the appropriate classes. Once the supervised learning is done, we move towards the next topic, that is called as this unsupervised learning. It is a process to train a machine using information that is neither classified or labeled, and allowing the algorithm to act on that information without presence of supervisor. The title itself shows that in a supervised learning, supervisor was present. In unsupervised, none of the supervisor is present, and the model itself needs to be find the hidden pattern and insights from the given data. Example: suppose the unsupervised learning algorithm is given as an input dataset containing images of different types of cats and dogs. The algorithm is never trained upon the given dataset, which means it does not have any idea about the features of the dataset. It is completely reverse of the supervised. In supervised learning, we are providing the set of features to the algorithm or model, and on the basis of that, we are identifying the new input. Whereas in unsupervised learning, we are not trained the particular model, we are not providing the features to the model. So which means it does not have any idea about the features of the dataset. The task of the unsupervised learning algorithm is to identify the image features on their own. Unsupervised learning algorithm will perform this task by clustering the images dataset into groups according to the similarities between the images. Let me see the diagram in detail. So we are learning here unsupervised learning. Input raw data, image containing the pictures of dogs and cats. Now interpretation, algorithm, processing, and then output has been generated. Let me elaborate the diagram. Here input is an unlabeled input data, which means it does not categorize, and corresponding output are also not given. Now this unlabeled input data is fed to the machine learning model in order to train it. Firstly, it will interpret the raw data to find a hidden pattern from the data, and then will apply suitable algorithms such as k-means clustering, decision tree, etc. Once it applies the suitable algorithm, the algorithm divides the data objects into the group according to the similarities and differences between the objects. The types of unsupervised learning. In supervised learning, we had seen the types of algorithms are classification and regression, whereas in unsupervised learning, there are two very important algorithms. The first one is the clustering and second one is the association. Clustering algorithms are used to identify the hidden pattern of an input. So it is a method of grouping the objects into the clusters, such as object with most similarities remains into a group and has less or no similarities with the objects of another group. Association. It is an unsupervised learning method which is used for finding the relationship between the variables in the large data set. Very popular example let me give here. Suppose there is a one grocery shop. If you will observe properly, you will come to know that the things are kept as per the association. Just example, the toothbrush is always kept close to the toothpaste. The tea powder is kept close to the sugar. These are some of the association. Means how many percentage that if person purchase the X things, then it also purchase the Y thing. This action is called as an association. The advantages of this particular unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is used for more complex tasks as compared to the supervised learning due to its nature to identify the hidden pattern in dataset. Disadvantage. The output of this type of learning is less accurate than supervised learning. Obviously, because there is none of the feature is provided to the model, not a training. So the output, the performance of this particular model must be less than the supervised learning. But to the most accurate algorithm, we can increase the accuracy also. It is difficult to design the learning model as compared with the supervised learning because its complex nature. Let me differentiate here the supervised learning and unsupervised learning. In supervised learning, training is done using the labeled data. But in unsupervised learning, training is done using unlabeled data. Supervised learning model predicts the output. Unsupervised learning model find the hidden pattern in the data. Please carefully observe this difference. In supervised learning, the model predicts the output. But in unsupervised learning, the model predicts the hidden pattern of that particular data set. In supervised learning, input data is provided to the model along with the output. In unsupervised learning, only input data is provided to the model. The goal of a supervised learning is to train the model so that it can predict the output when it is given a new data. Whereas, the goal of an unsupervised learning is to find a hidden pattern and useful insight from the unknown data set. Supervised learning needs supervision to train the model, whereas no supervisor is present into this unsupervised model. Supervised learning can be categorized into the classification and regression problem, whereas unsupervised learning can be clustering and association. Supervised learning can be used for those cases where we know the input as well as corresponding output. But unsupervised learning can be used for those cases where we have only input data and no corresponding output data. Supervised learning is not close to the true artificial intelligence as in this. We first train the model for each data and then only it can predict the correct output. But unsupervised learning, we can say that it is closely towards the artificial intelligence as it learns similarity as a child learns daily routine things by his own experience. It includes various algorithms such as linear regression, logistic regression, support vector machine, multi-class classification, decision tree, Bayesian logic, etc. It includes various algorithms such as clustering, KNN, a priori algorithms. After understanding the supervised learning and unsupervised learning, there is a third type of learning known as a semi-supervised. As the name itself suggests that this is a combination of supervised and unsupervised learning. As in supervised learning, the output have label, whereas in unsupervised learning, the output doesn't have label. But in semi-supervised learning, the data sets are split into the two parts, some data having the label, whereas some of the unlabeled. This technique is used when labeling the data is difficult or expensive. The very good example elaborated over here. As the medical images are very important to detect the disease of a patient. But data labeling is a time consuming process. So it is very difficult for doctors to keep patients in that process. Many times to the tight schedule of the doctors, they have labeled half of the data and left remaining part unlabeled. In most of these similar cases, semi-supervised learning performs well to identify the category. The next type of learning is the reinforcement learning. Basically, reinforcement learning is a type of rewarding the learning in one particular situation. It is an area of machine learning where a series of actions to maximize reward in a particular situation. It is proposed by a software to find the best possible path take in a specific situation. One basic diagram is given over here. The student is also there. Exam is a one situation and grading is a situation. If student is if student is doing the hard work to prepare the exam, then definitely his grade will increase or he will get a good grade. So that this type of learning is called as a reinforcement learning, and this kind of the learning is done in specific situation. So the exam is a situation over here. Thank you.